This is a Dan Carter production.
Good evening, welcome to First Take Live. Good to have you with us tonight. I don't know, with you. English, my second language, perhaps most of you already know that by watching the show. Anyways, tonight we're talking about maybe not too strange, a second language for immigration to Canada. What's that all about? And you know, is it easy for someone to immigrate into Canada, and how difficult has it been for many? You know, over the years of doing shows on topics like this, I've certainly heard the confusion and frustration from many people that get into the system and then try and navigate their way through what I would call unnecessary bungled bureaucracy. However, the end of the day is it's all about people. When people come here, no matter whether they're coming from another country because we want them here, because we want them as a foreign student, or we want them because they bring a skill that we actually were needing, maybe not so much in this times, but why is it so tough? I mean, have you ever tried to call a government office and get a straight answer? Really? If you do that, let me know how that works. Anyways, tonight we're going to be talking a little bit about the experience and how it took a private enterprise to help solve the problem. And now it is becoming what they would call is the new Facebook for immigration, I would say, and perhaps all Canada. The marketing manager and the marketing communications director here is with me, Natalie Hunter from LoonLounge, and we're going to talk to you. So we want to hear from you. If you have an immigration story about how easy it was, how frustrated you are, how you've hit some dead ends and some frustrations, you may find the answer on LoonLounge, so you can call, and we're looking forward to hearing from you. Natalie, good to have you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, it's great. So you're here from Quebec.
Yes, I'm here from Montreal.
Yeah.
It's nice to be here.
Yeah, no, you grew up, you're a Durhamite.
Girl. Yes.
Durhamite.
I'm a local girl, born and raised in Whitby, so it's nice to be back here.
Yeah. Now, let's talk about this thing called LoonLounge. I mean, obviously very, very Canadian by name.
Yes, we made it that way.
Yeah.
For a reason.
But mainly centered around the immigration issues, because a guy named David Cohen, who was an immigration lawyer, decided to create a social networking group. Tell me a little bit, give us some background.
Essentially the background is Attorney Cohen had been practicing immigration law for about 25 years. He's well over 25 years now, and consistently over the course of that 25-year period, he just noticed that there was, there was people who had a really easy and successful settlement when they arrived in Canada, and there were people who struggled. And the one difference between the two of them was not their language abilities. It was not their education or the professional skills that they had. The one difference was the social connections that those people had in Canada when they arrived. The people who had friends, family, even a loose connection of somebody from their home country, their hometown, those were the people who settled and integrated into their new lives in Canada a lot easier. So Attorney Cohen just started thinking about, well, there must be some way that perhaps we could provide that for everybody, and this is where LoonLounge came out. It's a really sort of easy to use, interactive social networking tool that is looking to help people develop those sort of social connections
before they get here.
So that their integration and settlement is a lot easier, and so that ultimately they can find themselves comfortable and at home in Canada and working in Canada and contributing to our society a lot sooner.
This first of all, I mean, I'm no fan of government. I am a fan of government because we've elected the people to do the right job.
Right.
And I'm not asking you to make a social comment on this, but I'm going to make one for myself. And that is that bureaucracies, whether they're local or provincial, in my experience, I don't know if it's yours, and I don't really need to know that, is that they don't seem to be as proactive. What David Cohen has done here with what this LoonLounge has been is what I know certain levels of government have said they wanted to do for term upon term upon term. Yeah. And that meaning that all these social, all these sort of trick navigations that are now actually, you could talk about it on the LoonLounge. You could talk about it because it's not only there's a resource guide, but it's also like a MySpace where people who have gone through the process said, by the way, this is the way to go. Yeah. Don't go that way.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we're trying to achieve here. We're not sort of, trying to undermine or we're not attempting to be able to, replace governmental resources. But we are recognizing that the government tries is a little bit oafish in its attempt. In one way or another, the government can provide incredible websites and incredible resources, but it's that person-to-person contact that really makes the difference.
Right.
And that's what LoonLounge is trying to provide people.
Let's go backwards a bit.
Sure.
The launch of that just happened this January.
Yes.
Now, before that, I mean, there was a bit of a ramp up to get this thing done. Mm-hmm. So, how far back were you involved in the beginning of this, or?
Yeah, I've been loosely involved since the beginning. Much more involved in the past year. We have been doing a lot of beta testing in the past year and introducing it by personal invitation only to Attorney Conan's clients, just to see how people would react to it. And they reacted very well. Internationally, before our launch in Canada, we, without any marketing, solely by inviting the attorney's clients to test it out and see if they would like it, we built a membership of about 9,000 people, and
before launch,
before doing any sort of marketing at all, and that was solely viral. The clients would tell their friends and their families, and that was viral on an international level. So, our beta testing internationally with people who were in the process or people who were thinking of coming to Canada was very successful. In January, we decided to introduce it to Canada. And we have been absolutely blown away with how well it's been received.
The website we're going to put up at the bottom, we're going to put a website up there so we can see that it's coming up. Yeah, so there's a picture of what they would get to if they go to
www.loonlounge.com,
right.
LoonLounge.
Yeah, like the duck, the non-Canadian duck.
Yes.
Right.
But since our launch in January to Canada, we have more than doubled our membership.
Now, okay, so you're getting feedback. There's blogging that's on there, etc. A bit on the site. Why is it? What is the overwhelming response you're getting? Where is it coming from? The traffic's coming from various areas. It's from all over the world.
The traffic is from all over the world. Our highest, currently today, I mean, it fluctuates on a daily basis, but today our highest traffic resources are from Canada and the USA, the United Kingdom, the Philippines, India, Iran, Saudi Arabia. I mean, it's from all over the world. I think that the popularity lies in a few different elements. One is that it's a completely free tool for anybody to use. So
right.
So membership is completely free. Two, it's non-commercial, and we're planning on keeping it that way. It's not plastered full of banner ads. If you Google Canadian immigration, you will come up with thousands of results. I can guarantee you that 99.9% of those results are plastered in banner ads and blinking advertisements and that sort of thing. And that's really, it's uncomfortable.
Who's advertising on those sites?
Anybody from immigration consultants to there's any sort of Google ads, any sort of services or anything,
or real estate or whatever, right?
Yeah, and sometimes it doesn't even have to have anything to do with immigration, and things like that are just they take away the niceness of and the open feeling of a site. So I think that LoonLounge is popular for that, but overall is that we're providing a tool that nobody has done, that nobody has been able to provide before. Yes, we have resources on factual information on immigration and we have forums that perhaps other people have done before, but this sort of social networking, the ability to blog, the ability to share photos of your Canadian community or your community at home,